Okay, in the second part of our spelling lesson for this week, we are going to practice that Danielian handwriting that I was telling you about. So they've given us 4 practices for each word. You don't have to fill in the rest of the lines unless you really wish to. The trick that we're looking for is to create letters in a certain way. So you probably do most of these the way I'm about to show you, but if you don't, I'd like you to take this to heart and try to use this in a certain way. The reason why you're going to do this is because number one, it makes writing easier, and number two, it's going to make your days when you're doing your cursive that much easier as well. So we're going to start at the top. Make sure that you write your name. You can also write the date. It's Monday, the 24th in the year 2020. Uh-oh, baby's waking up. Okay, we're back on track now, and we're going to start with red. So Mrs. Smith is going to start with red. We're going to do the word it. So the first thing I want you to notice is that the letter I begins at what we call the fence here in the middle and goes down into a tail, and then the dot is drawn. And then the T starts up here in the sky, all the way down to the ground, and then a belt across the middle. So you'll notice that I'm almost always starting my letters at the top, whether it's at the fence or at the sky. I am not pushing my marker up. I want to consistently pull down, just like this, like I was brushing my hair. Okay, let's move on to the word sit. Next letter, next word, next color. We're going to do the letter S. We're going to start here in the fence and make a little letter S. The I again begins at the fence with the dot, and the T begins at the sky with a belt. Okay. Let's go to this one. We have the letter I. Do you remember where it starts? Yes, at the fence. And then the letter N also begins at the fence. Now you're going to notice that Mrs. Smith is not going to pick up her pen when she does the letter N. I start here at the fence, I go down, and then back up without lifting my pen. I do not want 2 movements. I want 1 fluid movement. Okay, and let's go to pin. The letter P begins with its long post down below the ground, and then the round circle for the P. An I we are very familiar with, and here's that N where we start at the fence, down and back up and around. Okay, W. The W has curved bottom, and the letter I, make sure you have your tail, and the letter G is going to begin right here at the fence. It's going to go around, up, and then down again. The fence, around, up, and then down again. Okay. Let's do the word did. I'm going to move my camera up a little bit. Okay, so the letter D is a strange one. It starts over here at the fence, and we're going to start with that belly all the way up and down. Let's do the I now, and let's do the D again. The D starts here at the fence, all the way around, back up, and down. Little tails. Okay, let's do the letter L. Of course, one of the most difficult letters, the letter L. It's not difficult. The letter I is just like the letter L, just a little shorter. And now we go to the P again. The P starts here at the fence, it goes around, and then we draw our line down. Okay, and let's do mix. The letter M begins at the fence, it goes down, then a bump and a bump and a tail. The letter I, and the letter X is one of my favorites. We're going to start with a swooshing line and then go across. So let's practice that M together again. We're going to start over here at the fence. We're going to go bump, bump, bump with the tail. The letter X is a swoosh and then a cross. Okay. back through my colors again. The letter F is funny. It's going to, letter F for funny. It's going to start here at the sky. It's going to go all the way down, and then a belt. The letter I, which you've become very familiar with, and the letter X. Swoosh, and a cross. Let's practice that letter F, all the way from the top and down, and a belt, and the letter X, swoosh, and a cross. Okay, let's move on to the word 6, starting with the letter S, all the way through the letter S. Kind of have to practice that one. Then we're going to start at the fence and down, with the letter I, and then a swoosh and a cross. Okay, moving on to the word take. Start the T at the top, a belt. The letter A begins at the fence and begins with its bump, back up to the fence and down to the tail. The letter K begins up here at the sky, all the way down. Do not lift your pen. Make a loop, and then a line. And the letter E actually begins below the fence. It begins in this circle, and then we make a letter C. So let's do that K again. We have, let's do the whole thing. We're going to start with the top for the T. The A begins here at the fence, all the way around, up and down. The K begins at the sky, down, and a curl, and a tail. And the letter E begins below the fence and around town. Okay, and there's just one more word. Mine's on the back here. And we're going to do the word and. So start that letter A at the fence, around, up, back down to a tail. The letter N is down from the fence, back up, and a tail. And the letter D is from the fence, all the way around, up and down. The key with these letters is that we do not want to lift our marker or our pencil or our crayon as we are creating each one. All right, try your best to make them neat, and good job there, guys. Remember, you do not have to fill in the rest of this page or the rest of the line, but I do want you to try to color in or trace over each of the words that we've been practicing. You can also use this as more practice for the rest of the week so that you get another 100% on your spelling test. Good job, guys. Super proud of you.